Okay, we are live now. We are live. Okay, I can see Divine Chapel TV. Hi, you're welcome. And thank you for being the first here. We really, really appreciate that. You're welcome to our last and final mind click for the year from Theragist. And this is Theragist. We just want everyone to have optimum mental health. So we seek to, take people from where they are to where they should be as regards mental health. And we are glad to have us all here. If you can hear me, just, send in your name and where you are listening to us from. You could just quickly do that for the next few seconds. And then we go straight to, the topic of the day. But let's not forget that, like we have announced, there is going to be a giveaway session in this YouTube live tonight. So stay tuned for that because it's definitely going to, be a beautiful one. So if you are listening to me right now, just, share with us where you are listening from, and, what your name is. Thank you very much. I anticipate seeing our responses, anticipating our responses. Okay, let's do that. And also, you could just share how is preparation for Christmas going on over there. I hope you are not being stressed out. For me, I can hear fireworks all over the place in my area. Like people are just, Christmas is in the season, it's in the air. Everyone is, putting in the Christmas spirit. So yes, I'm anticipating more responses. Let us know what your name is and where you are joining us from today. Okay, I think we'll just right about now just go into the topic of the day. But before that, of course, we know that I always bring a guest for us, right? I always bring a guest for us in this place. Oh wow, Elizabeth from Cyprus. That's nice. You're welcome. Thank you so much for tuning in. Gerald from Kingdom of Port Harcourt. Okay, I like that. You're all very much welcome. Thank you so much for tuning in. I can see David from Abuja. David from Abuja, you are welcome. You're welcome. How is Christmas going over there? Diamond, you're welcome. How is Christmas going over there? Are there fireworks yet? Are there bangers yet? Because I know that, over here, we are not resting. Bangers have been going on back to back to back to back. So I hope it's not the same for you all there, right? I hope it's not the same for you all there because here, we can feel it. We can feel it. We can feel it. So let me hear from us. Okay. So we're actually going to be talking about a very interesting topic for today. We want to address how, there's a lot of inflation here and there, fuel price. Someone said worry is hot, precious. Ibadan is hot too. I know Lagos is also very hot. Sorry about that, right? Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of things going on this Christmas. They even said that Christmas was cancelled in Bethlehem. I didn't confirm it, right? I just saw it like as a tweet or something. And then they're like, oh, don't put yourself under any pressure. Oh, they even where Jesus was born, they've cancelled Christmas there. So there's no pressure, right? There's no pressure from anyone. So yeah, so we're actually going to be talking about a topic that relates to that today. How there's so much inflation going on. Fuel price is not even smiling. Price of things in the market. Rice is now like 65,000 naira for a bag. It's so crazy. It's so crazy. And then we want to talk about how to cultivate Christmas cheer amidst all of these things happening right now in this time, right? So I have a very, 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 very beautiful guest here with me that is going to be taking us on that journey, right? We have Mrs. Deborah. Let me tell us a little bit about Mrs. Deborah, okay? Mrs. Deborah is actually a broadcaster, right? Now, imagine someone that is a broadcaster is now a therapist and a counselor. Just merge everything together. Imagine what you are in for today. Like, just imagining. So she's someone that is very passionate about capacity development and adding value to herself. She's a psychologist, right? So you know that whatever standpoint she's coming from today, she's coming from a mental wellness standpoint. So you can trust you can trust whatever she's going to say, that okay, this is actually in relation to mental wellness. So let me not talk too much about that. Let me not, go to bit too much around the bush. Let me bring in Mrs. Deborah as she takes us on this talk on how to cultivate Christmas cheer. You're welcome, Ma.
Good evening to you. I'm so happy to be here this evening. Thank you for the encomiums. I wouldn't know if I deserve all of that, but I appreciate you, right? I hope you can hear me clearly. Hello.
Hello.
Can you hear me clearly?
Yes, we can
How's the
hear you.
reception? Can you hear me?
Yeah, please go on.
Okay, okay. So it's good to be here this evening. It is 8:33 Nigerian time. And well, we'll kickstart with conversing about stress. Let's break it down a little. The topic is cultivating Christmas cheer, strategies for a stress-free holiday season. And you'll be wondering what stress. We have talked about stress and a lot as humans, and most times would assume that stress is negative altogether. All right. But the truth is that you have different kinds of stress. Stress can be defined as a state of worry or mental tension that can be caused by a difficult situation. And sometimes these difficult situations could be positive or negative. And some positive events like the holiday season, the Christmas celebration can constitute stress. Even negatives like maybe the bad things that may occur in our lives, traumatic events, death, and the rest may cause, a stress to happen to an individual. But in this regard, we'll be looking at positive stress, right? So, as soon as you become an adult, especially if I would give an instance with being a mother, right? When the Christmas season is about to come, for us, the women, you know that it's going to be all work, work, work. So, as the children are jumping around, celebrating and rejoicing that, yeah, they'll be eating rice, yeah, they'll be wearing clothes. Well, you, mama, I would know that you'll definitely be doing plenty of the cooking. Now, for the man in the mix, you know that the stress that would be on you will possibly be financial stress because you get to dish out more, all right, from your pockets than you were doing at other times of the year. So if you were possibly spending money on fees and the rest, you know that your money will be diverted not for fees, not for the rent this time, not for provision in the house. It's actually for chop chop. And the edibles and the enjoyment packages would not only be restricted to your immediate family right now, it would have to extend to friends and family. And you know how we always do it. The Christmas celebration or the Yuletide does not only constitute the Christmas celebration, it's actually a combo of, ending the year entirely, possibly fulfilling the promises that you had made, throughout the year. You just want to fulfill it and end it all up, wrap it up in December, per se. So while you think of all of this, how do you go about strategizing in such a way that you do not get to stress or strain yourself? Do not forget to have another year ahead. January is around the corner. And if you do not plan well, right, you may end up going bankrupt, and that would constitute negative stress for you. So, what do we do to ensure that we get prepared for the celebration and enjoy it to the fullest and also rest at the same time? Most times when we leave, you know, for celebrations, some of us do take a break, and most times we take leave depending on what you do. You lock up your shops if you're a business person to go enjoy Christmas, but did you get to rest, as it were? So that's what we'll be concentrating on, right? So how do you go about it? The first thing to do, my secret is usually to prepare. Planning is the major thing that I do, and planning usually begins from early. in the year, right? Also, you need to map out a plan. If you did not plan early enough, well, it's not too late. It's 2 days to Christmas, and you can still do something. But for those people who planned earlier enough, like for the mothers who would plan the kind of clothes that their children will be wearing, what events you would be attending. Will it be more of indoor events or outdoor events? And while planning all of this, you also have to take cognizance of how much you have at hand. So, how much are you wielding? And the amount of money would also determine what you're going to purchase or include in the preparation. Okay, first of all, when you have done your planning, you pen down your planning rather than just believe that everything is stored on your mind and whenever you need it, you would go get it. The truth is, if you do not pen down your plan, you will end up forgetting and it will lead you to, you know, doing the rush fire service thing. You get to rush when you remember, oh, I did not get a belt for my son. Oh, I couldn't get this done. So you pen down, then you set a budget, right? How much would you be needing and plan around that budget so that you know before time that you're going to spend about, let's say, for instance, 100,000 naira and you plan around that budget. Being strict to plan around the budget would enable you not to go bankrupt at the end of the day. And so it means come rain, come sun, aside from an emergency, you are planning within that budget. Now, talking about gifts, what do you do during the Christmas or the Yuletide or any event at all that you are planning? If you must get gifts, right? Ensure that you get gifts that are within your range. Do not get a gift, and ensure also that you get gifts that whoever you're gifting would appreciate and need. It wouldn't be fair to replicate gifts. So you bring two of the same kind of gifts that you know some other person may think of. Oh, if I buy him a sock, another person will buy socks, and the person will have all socks. So think, what does this person actually need, and buy it for them. So if it is within the family, you know what each child needs the most, or you know what your husband or your wife needs the most. Pick that and ensure that you do not overburden yourself into extremely pleasing people. Also, when you want to over please, you may end up displeasing yourself, as it were. Don't forget you're working with a budget. Now, while making your plan, also remember that what sticks to the mind most often is the experience that you gave. So, what's the experience you gave? Is it going out shopping? Will that be the best of experiences? Is it sitting together in your house and seeing a movie or two? Will it be going out on a picnic? Some of these things give you, memorable, it lasts in the memory for a longer time than maybe buying a gift for someone for 100,000 naira or $100, as the case may be, right? You give experiences, you travel to a certain place that you've not been in a long time, you discover something, and you know that, well, the Christmas celebration 2023, this was what we were able to discover as a family, right? You visit friends, you visit family, it goes a long way. Now, simplicity goes a long way in reducing stress. If you check out, you notice that for the number of times you have tried to go the extra mile to look beautiful, it adds more stress to you. Be it making your hair, be it in wearing the dresses that would fit you most. You notice that these extras that you put in may end up stressing you the more. So, what do you do? Simplify whatever it is you're doing. If you must cook, simplify the cuisine. Each course should be made simple. You must not go overboard to add one or two together. All right. And if you must, please ask for help. Some of us find it difficult to ask for help. Ask for help around the house. You have children who came on holiday in your house. Please let them get involved in chopping the onions, in slicing, whatever is it you're slicing, in washing the dishes. Do not carry everything or overburden yourself. All right. When you do that, you notice that the experience will be, sweeter and less stressful. In fact, I have had a friend who got to complain to me that whenever it's her birthday, she gets, afraid, agitated because she feels like she would be highly stressed. And she said even when she gives birth, anytime she gives birth to a baby, she's usually stressed because she has so many visitors coming around, in-laws coming around, and not many of them will help. And I just suggested something to her. If they are not helping, please ask for help. Some of them may think you're a superwoman and do not need help, and that's why they are not asking. I mean, they're not, volunteering to help. And there are others who know you need help but just need you to ask. So it's not a crime. Ask for help, okay? Another thing to do to cultivate Christmas cheer, right, during this season is to remember that self care is what would help you live long to see more celebrations. Okay, so while you plan to take care of other people, you plan to make them happy, you plan to give your children the best, remember that that short nap that you may be taking for 10 minutes would go a long way in adding color, sweetness, and beauty to the entire celebration. You know how it will look like having a ready-made table with a different kind of cuisine, with snacks and drinks and everything. But for whoever looks at your face as the mother of the house or the father of the house, he sees tiredness and maybe you just keep yelling at everyone. Well, your preparation will be rendered useless because your mood would, kind of turn down or water down every preparation you have done. So to have yourself a wonderful mood, right? While you strategize to prepare for your Christmas or any celebration whatsoever, remember to have some rest, sleep very well, right? When I say very well, deep sleep of about 20 minutes can go a long way in giving you a fresh look, right? Paste some smile on your face, and anyone who's looking at you will notice that, well, the stress is not on you, and you will not transfer that negative energy brewing from inside to the person in question. So that's majorly it. That's the secret I employ to doing whatever it is I I plan to do whenever it is celebrations. In fact, as I speak to you, my children are not in the house this evening. I had to let them go out with a family friend. They are all there making noise and happy, and I need to just take myself some rest. In the dark, I turned off all the lights in the house, and I had myself a short rest before this broadcast. So that's it. If you have any questions, I wouldn't mind answering the questions, especially when it has to do with planning for celebrations. Yes, so times are tough. This would be my final words before I round off my talk, right? Times are tough. Ensure that you do not pressure yourself during celebrations to travel. If you must not travel, if it is not imperative that you travel, do not mount such pressure on you. Don't travel, stay back. You can have yourself memorable times back here rather than going down to the village to travel. But if you must travel, ensure also that while planning, plan to travel light. Carrying so much luggage on your way for a trip, right, or for holiday can add more stress than necessary to your entire uh, celebration plan. Thank you very much. Eniola, are you there? Hello? Hello? Okay. So do I go on? All right. So if there's any question to be asked, I would be glad to answer the questions so far. Okay, so Eniola is not here, and I'm trying to see if there are questions here, but well, uh, I cannot find any yet. Dear. Okay, so cultivating Christmas cheer. What more thing can I add to you? Hmm? Yes, so you can include games. We now live in times when people would rarely want to play, not because they do not desire to play, but it seems like we've lost interest, and all we think about is how to make money. And our phones seems to have replaced a great deal of the time we had playing and telling stories. Also, to increase the bond while you plan for your Christmas celebration and while you strategize, it would be interesting. It would be uh, worth the while to include the games to your holiday plans. All right. Adding that would reduce stress drastically from the bulk of every other thing that may constitute some stress or boredom to you during the Yuletide celebration. And know also that your mind plays a huge role as to what you feel in your body. So if your mind, after planning all of this, if your mind still feels like life is tough, things are not easy, you are seriously under stress, sadly, that may be your reality. Okay. But yeah, I was told that to speak for 20 minutes, and this is about mm, 22 minutes, and that's it. Hello. Okay. I hope we're still live anyway.
Okay, I don't know if you can hear me. Yeah, I think that was a little bit of a glitch. Thank you very much. Can we hear me? Can we all hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, thank you so much. This was a very enlightening session, and I can even see comments here that shows that people got value. Somebody even said, "What if your parents are the ones stressing you and not the other way around?" I think the same
Mhm.
strategy can apply.
Mhm. Yeah.
I think it's just I just ensure that in everything you're doing, self care is very important. I think two very important things that Mrs. Deborah mentioned is number one, self-care, 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 self-care. We cannot overemphasize this, right? This is a mental health organization, and one thing we always emphasize is self-care and also not transferring aggression. That's another thing that she mentioned. Thank you
Yeah.
so much, Mrs. Deborah. Thank you. This was very, very enlightening, and I got value, and I'm sure that everybody here also got value in one way or the other. So I hope that with this short talk that we had with you, there will be an impact of it in your Christmas this year. You'll be able to implement one or two things, from everything that has been discussed here today, right? So, thank you very much for that. Now, let's quickly go into the giveaway session, right? We're going to do that very quickly, and then we would end the meeting for tonight. But if you have any questions that you want to ask Mrs. Deborah, just drop it here in the comments, and then we'll definitely address it. So, are we ready? So, for this particular question is going to be like a fastest finger kind of thing. So, I want you to just type in the first person to correctly type in the topic for today's webinar. The correct topic for today's webinar. The first person to That person going to be? Who is it going to be? Who is it going to be? Drum rolls. The correct topic for today's webinar. What is it? Just type it out in the comment section and we are going to see who is it. We're waiting, we're waiting, we're waiting. Okay, Precious Stone is the first person. Precious Stone is the first person. Well, Precious Stone, you are our first winner for tonight. Congratulations, right? Congratulations. Just send us a DM on Instagram so we can get your account details. Don't put it here because this is public. Please, just go to Teragist on Instagram, send us a DM with your account details, and then you will definitely get, the money. Okay, so the next question or the next whatever that I'm going to be asking here for the giveaway is, I want you to just tell me one thing that Mrs. Deborah said today that you would take note of, that you will implement for December. So the first person to send it in also gets the next 5,000 naira. One thing that Mrs. Deborah said today that you are going to be implementing during your Christmas planning and everything. So who is it going to be? I anticipate, I anticipate, I anticipate. Who is it going to be? Okay. Ochidi Deborah Eli Ojo. Yes, avoid transfer of aggression. So don't transfer aggression during this Christmas celebration, okay? Don't transfer aggression. So yeah, also do the same thing. Follow us on Terra. Go to our Instagram. I think you should follow us so that your message will not go to the request part of it. So follow us and then send a DM with your account details so you get the money. Okay, so the final question, Ziggy, this might be your chance, right? This might be your chance. The final question and the final person we are going to be giving, the giveaway for tonight. Just write your name and where you are. No, just your name. Just your name. Your first name. First person to send in their first name. It can be a nickname or anything. Just a one-word name. The first person to send that in. See, this one is pretty cheap, right? So the first person to send in their name, right, get something. Can be just a one-word name. Anything. Just send in your name. Okay. Ziggy, you see, you finally got one. So yes, our third winner for tonight is Zugi Ezekwe. So Precious Stone, Ochidi Deborah, and Zugi Ezekwe are our winners for tonight's giveaway. Please follow us on Instagram and send us a DM with your account details, and you'll be credited for Christmas, right? So yeah, that's about it for tonight. Thank you so much, everyone, for tuning in. Thank you for joining us. We hope you got value, you learned a thing or two. If you are not yet subscribed to our channel, please subscribe right now. As you are hearing the sound of my voice, subscribe to our YouTube channel. I'm waiting for you. Right. So thank you so much for coming. We hope that you will be implementing the things that you learned from Mrs. Deborah tonight, because I sure will. I sure will. Thank you so much, everyone. So this is where we draw the curtain tonight. Okay, Mrs. Deborah, I want to just also, wish everyone a Merry Christmas.
Yes. So thank you so much for having me this evening. I wish you a stress-free Christmas celebration. I'm trying my best also to ensure that I glow, all right, come 25th. And I have been resting. The first thing I have done is send my children away. In fact, they will not be spending the night with me here. I'm going to sleep
Wow.
and do some
Nice.
resting. Yes. And I hope that we would survive the cash crunch here in Nigeria and get plenty cash and possibly network to do some transfers and enjoy ourselves further. Remember, experiences, not even what you buy for yourself, but to seek, run after experiences. They last forever. They remain in your memory. As a matter of fact, memories that we create is what we will take along to the great beyond.
Thank you so much for that. That was powerful. So bye, everyone. Have a very Merry Christmas.
Yeah.